It is a Thursday, and you know what that means, a brand new episode of my.na Cars with me, your favorite passenger princess, Diana Master. On today's episode though, we are switching things up a little bit. Yes, we are here at Bluechip Spraypainting. We're learning all about paddle beating and spray painting and finding out a little more about what they do here. Did you know that it's not just walking in, getting some paint and splattering it all over your car? No, it's not. It's actually a whole side. So next time you go to your panel beater and ask them to just do a quick fix job, no, just don't do it, okay? We will be showing you the details and everything that goes into making sure that the car comes out looking even better than you. And a little later on in the show, I get to talk to Ruwan, and he lets me in on the company's history and everything that they offer here at Bluechip Spraypainting. So for now, don't go anywhere. We will be back with our motoring news right after this break.
Five important facts about Shell Helix. 1. Shell was the first to develop the technology that produces oil from natural gas. 2. Oil made from natural gas is pure. 3. It's specially formulated not to break down even under the most extreme temperature conditions. 4. It gives you improved fuel economy. And 5. Shell Helix is the only motor oil used, trusted and recommended by Scuderia Ferrari.
In motoring news today, the MNZ Swap Rally started on Friday the 17th of November and continued on Saturday the 18th of November with 3 stages to be completed. The competitors started from MNZ Swakopmund to complete 9 stages. Richard Slamet tells us more.
So my name is Richard Slamet. I'm chairman of the Winning Motor Club, but at this MNZ Motor sponsored Swakop Rally, I'm actually a representative of MNZ Motors, which is the main sponsor for the event. For this event, we had 22 cars started, 7 already unfortunately fell out, but there's a possibility of 2 of the cars that might re-enter. It's a very important race for the season. It's the final event for the season, so the championships throughout the classes have not yet been decided, and it's important for all the competitors to be able to get maximum points towards the championship. So that's why this is such an important event. It was a good event, especially after COVID. We had a lot of issues with the events or struggling to get competitors together, and this time around we have like I said, 22 entries, which is very, very good for rallying in Namibia. I think that's a very good foundation that's laid for 2024, meaning that 2024 is just going to be an even better season when it comes to rallying. Yeah, so we are at the MNZ Motors Swakop Rally, and a good event, well supported by the spectators, and we appreciate that from MNZ Motors side.
Okay, so just before we end off, any races today that we should keep an eye out for?
Yeah, so as you know, we have the 2 different classes. We have the S classes. We have a few different classes, but we have the 2 different categories, which is the S classes as well as the CR classes. In the S classes, we have Alan Martin with his navigator Marietta Olivier leading at the moment. Closely behind them is Wilder Dippenaar and Caroline Swan. Wilder Dippenaar at the moment struggling with his car, but he's fighting for the championship, so he's trying to just limit the damage and trying to finish so that he can clinch the championship. In the CR classes, that's where the interesting part at the moment is. We have Loic Batfield racing against Rian Kritzinger. Rian Kritzinger, for the first time out in his brand new Ford Ranger 4x4, doing very, very well. Loic didn't really have his match this year so far, but Rian proving to be a formidable competitor, racing very hard against Loic, and it's very difficult at this moment to be able to call which one between the 2 of them will win. I can tell you what, it's interesting, it's an adrenaline rush, and between the 2 of them, it's a huge, huge fight.
Okay, just lastly before we end off, what's in store for next year?
Yeah, so 2024 definitely going to be a good season for motorsport, not just rallying but motorsport as a whole. We have some good prospects, especially with M&Z Motors coming on board, sponsoring some of these motorsport events. We'd like to challenge some of the other corporates to follow suit and just become a part of motorsport. As you can see, we've got a good field, and if we can continue on this trend, then 2024 should be very, very good for motorsport in Namibia.
Thank you so much, Richard.
Thank you.
Alan Martin was crowned as the overall winner for S-Class, Loic Barkfield dominated the CR1 class, and Johannes Grobler scooped overall winner for CR2. Well, that is all for motoring news today, but we have more my.na cars coming right up after this break.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nhh.com.na.
Well, today we are here at Bluechip Spraypainting, and I am joined by Ruan, who's the owner of this great establishment. How are you doing today?
Fine, thanks. Yourself?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having us.
No problem.
Okay, so start us off by telling us a little about what you do here, what services you offer.
We do panel beating and spray painting. We also give a service for clearing of headlights, acrylic that we put on lights that has been faded or sandblasted, so it looks new again. We also do ceramic coating on cars as well. Then we do plastic welding on bumpers. So sometimes the people have bumpers that can be repaired, or they don't have money to put new ones on. So we can weld it and repair it for them as well. And on the headlight brackets as well, when it breaks, we can also weld it and put it on for you. For these days, the prices on the stuff are so expensive.
Everything is expensive.
Yeah.
So at least you can help with that.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so how long have you been in business?
I started when I was still in school. My father helped me in 2001. Then I started working with him in the garage. He brought some of his friends' cars, and so that I started working on. Until 2005, he got a bigger shop for me as well. Then he started running it. I was still in school, and end of 2006, when I finished school, I took it over completely at the end of 2006, and yeah, that's where I started.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
Why are you so passionate about spray painting?
When I was a small boy, it was always awesome for me to see when something was smashed or damaged, or old car, and they make it new and it looks brand new again. So yeah, I got the passion from fixing stuff, fixing cars and stuff. And like I said, it's almost like plastic surgery. I just do plastic surgery on cars. Yeah.
So you're like a doctor, but for cars.
Only for cars.
Okay, how many branches do you have?
We only have this one in Windhoek at the moment. It's hard to get other branches. For instance, there's so many panel beating shops at the moment. So we're concentrating on the one in Windhoek as well.
Okay, I like that you briefly touched on that. What are some of the other challenges you face as well, being in this industry, apart from the competitiveness?
To say, the hardest thing I think at the moment is the competition between the panel beaters, because there's a lot of guys at the moment and there's a lot of small shops popping up everywhere. And the other thing is to get the quality. Not every guy's quality is the same as the other guy, so we try to give a nice quality and to keep the client happy. So if he comes, he must tell me, listen, I'm happy. I can't even say where you worked on my car, for instance. So that makes me happy.
I do have to say though, because I did get a chance to walk around in the workshop, and you can't even see the difference on some of the cars that you've worked on. Of course, not all of them are done, but from the ones that I've seen, it's like, where was it smashed? How? Right?
That's
okay.
the idea.
So what is the vision for the company? Where do you see yourself? How do you see yourself growing?
At the moment, to be very honest, to get bigger, it's going to be a complicated story because it's new machinery and stuff. So my idea is not to go too big, because I'm going to scared I'm not going to have my hand on the quality that we're going to give to the clients. So my idea is not to go bigger as we are. So at the moment, like I said, we're doing between 20 to 25 cars a week. So I just want to keep it like that and concentrate on the quality that we give to the clients.
Yes, at least then you can give each car the love and attention that it needs. What do you pride yourself in?
To get the smile and the satisfaction of a customer when he comes and fetches his car and he tells me, it's an awesome job.
Wow.
That's what I love to do.
That is amazing. Okay, so for Bluechip Spray Painting, what makes you stand out from the rest?
Oh, that's hard to say. I would love to say to keep all the clients, or to treat all the clients like family. You must be treated friendly. If you come here, you must have the satisfaction, even just to come in and drink a coffee and chat with me. It doesn't have to be necessary to bring your car to fix it, but build a friendship with your clients. So they must anytime can phone me any time of the day and tell me, listen, I have a problem, can you help me? And I'll always try to help.
Oh, that is amazing. So you heard that. You can literally come in for a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, and just chat away.
Yeah, anytime. Or for anything you want to ask, anytime. You don't have to bring your car. Just come and chat as well.
I will definitely be taking you up on that offer.
Definitely.
Now, Rowan, you did mention to me that you offer a 5-year guarantee.
That's
yes.
Right.
Tell us a little more about that.
We use glazerite paint that comes from Germany. So what we do is, because we use a high quality paint from glazerite, I can give a 5-year guarantee on the paint work that we do. On the electrical stuff, and that is a bit hard.
Yeah,
like, you know, we get it from the dealers and stuff. So what we do there is they give us normally a year guarantee on the parts that they supply. So that's the only guarantee we can get on the parts as well. But our physically paint work and stuff, we give a 5-year guarantee.
You take pride in that.
We do.
It just means that you're confident in your work, because
we do.
Not a lot of people would offer a 5-year guarantee on a paint
Like
job.
I always say, we're all people. We all make mistakes. So I also try to tell the people, listen, if you're not happy with anything, please come to me. Don't hesitate. I'm the guy that worked on the car. Come to me, tell me, I'll fix it anytime.
So you physically work on the cars yourself?
I physically work on the cars and with my people in the workshop.
That is amazing. That is amazing. Awesome. So you mentioned that you do have, you use the German paint. What other suppliers or companies do you work with?
I work with Hemco Paints because they're the main supplier of glazerite paint. So basically, we just use glazerite paint on all our cars.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So those are some of the, those are the people that you basically work with.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hemco Paints. Yeah, they're the main supplier of them. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Rowan, we are going to be taking a quick walk into the workshop so that we get our hands dirty and we get to see how everything comes together, from a very damaged car to basically a brand new car. You won't even be able to tell the difference. And I am not just saying this because Rowan is a nice person. I am saying this because I have seen the quality of the work you offer here.
Thanks
so you will be taking us for a ride, and then we're going to see how everything comes together.
Anytime. We'll do so.
Thank you. Thank you, Rowan. And don't go anywhere. More my.na cars coming up right after this.
The roads may challenge us in many forms, many shapes, but they are truly made for one thing only: move forward. With complete protection from shell advance, take on all that lies ahead.
Now, as I was walking around, I was really taking notes. You may think that paint is just, oh, you walk into a shop, you get paint, and you just get a paintbrush. It's really not like that,
No,
is it,
not
Ron?
at all. Not at all.
Okay, so explain to us what we have in this room.
Okay, for instance, this is now our paint room. We have a bench here with all the toners. Toners are all the different kinds of colors that you get. For instance, this is a reddish brown color.
Okay.
So you get different colors to get a certain color. For instance, if you get silver, it has different kinds of silver that you put in to get a specific silver. And yeah, even like a yellowish, grayish color has a lot of brown, yellow, black, all sorts of colors goes in to get a certain color. Well, what this machine does, it's a mixing bench, so it mixes the paint during the day.
Okay.
So all the solubles that goes to the bottom of the can, it picks it up, mixes it around nicely, so you have an accurate measure of certain colors during the day.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So what
it is a
happens here?
science.
Yeah. So what happens here is we get the color code from a car. We put it in the computer, and the computer tells us, for instance, you need from A115 2 grams.
Okay.
Then you put 2 grams in. It measures it on the scale as well, and then it tells you, okay, you need the next toner. Then you take the next one. You must put so much grams of that in. So it specifically tells you at the grain how much you must put in.
Exactly how much to get the exact color.
So for instance, if he tells you you must put 20 grains in, for instance, and you put 25 in, the color is going to differ.
It's going to be completely different.
Differ, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You know, this reminds me of when I was a child and we're trying to mix in colors and you can't get, you know the shade that you want, but you can't, so you keep putting, like, let's say you want a shade of pink. You're like, no, I should put a little more red, no, a little more white. Okay.
Right,
and you mentioned something interesting as well about getting the color, because of course the question I had was, you bring in a car, right, and it's this specific shade. How would you then know what to mix? And then you explained to me that there's actually a machine for that picks up the color.
We call it a spectro, We got it from Emco Paints as well. It's a specific machine that Glazeret made. So you get the machine, you put it on the car, and it reads the paint, and it tells you what kind of toners goes into that paint to help you to get a line to start from. So it's not 100%, but it gives you a base. So from that base we can say, okay, it needs a little bit more red, for instance, or green or whatever. So you have a definite base to work from.
Okay.
But
You're
if
not
you don't,
just
if you don't have a base, it's very hard.
It's going to be difficult. Yes, because like I said, you see a car and the shades are slightly off. Like it's okay, but there's something that's slightly off. Okay, so that's how you use it to get that perfect all-round shade. That is amazing. I learned so much today, Juan.
Some cars are a bit harder, but some are easier. But yeah, that's the challenge. That's what's nice about it.
Yeah, and you did say that you don't need to do that for every car. You don't need to. You don't
with
need
all
the
the new technology that we have, and with the accurate color codes on the cars, most of them you put the color code in, then it gives you a variation. For instance, here we call it trophies.
Okay.
So for instance, you can see it's all different kinds of colors, and then the machine will tell you, for instance, okay, there's a variation on that color that the factory made. It's lighter, yellower, or bluer, or greener.
Okay.
Then it gives you the number of the trophies at the back.
I see.
So you can take these trophies, for instance, and then you can go to the car, and you have the 3 different ones, and you can match it physically with the car. And then you see which one matches 100%.
With the car. Oh, I see.
And then you take that trophy, you put the code in, and you paint it.
And you paint it. So you see, it's not just driving in, getting a bucket of paint, and splashing it on. There is actually a lot of work that goes into spray painting a car. And of course, Ruan here and the team here will absolutely give it their best so that your car comes out looking better than you, actually, I would say.
We try to.
All right, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more my.na cars.
Sticky to the walls, but you can wash it off with water.
Because it's all water soluble?
Yeah, it's a water soluble, so you can wash it off once a month. We wash it off, then it looks like a brand new booth. Then you put the film on again. You can see on the windows, for instance, here as well. Everything looks dull, but as soon as you take water, you rub it off completely.
It's gonna look clean.
Yeah, so all the dust and stuff that's in the spray booth, it goes in and it sticks to the walls. So once a month we wash it off with water and then we put it on again.
I'm gonna melt, my face is gonna melt.
We are so excited to be kickstarting your morning with entertainment. Everything was happening during this past weekend.
Yes.
Exciting news.
Wow, no, she was killing it already.
In my opinion, I don't see anything wrong with him serving the full term.
As well as keeping you informed on the issues that you need to know happening in and around our country.
There's music galore at the VRS Sports Fields come December, when Local Cars Production brings you SA's Mikasa and Paige, along with locals Jared G and DJ Malza on December 2nd. If jazz is more your style, don't miss the smooth sounds of Few Jazz, Casey, Letitia, Major Sevenths, Don Vino and Judith Sapuma on the 3rd. You can enjoy each event individually, or you can easily make a weekend of it too. Get your tickets online via eticket.my.na or at the NMH offices in General Muhammad Murtala Avenue in Eros. Brought to you in conjunction with Republicane, Exhibition and Events Warehouse, Yango, DB Audio and the Winter Country Club. See you there!
Okay, we were here on the edge. You can see where the paint has been taken off. Here we fixed the dent that was in the body. Then we move around to the other side. There we can see there was also a dent, but here we finished it off with a body filler. That's the product that we use to take out the few dents that is left and smooth it out nicely. And then next part is we strip the car at the back. As you can see, we don't like masking cars because it leaves edges and that's where the paint comes off. So we like stripping the cars and making sure that your paint lasts. This is where you can see on a bonnet after we do the body filler, this is how it looks like when it's primed, and after this it's been sanded and goes through to the spray booth for paint. Here you can see is a silver Audi. It's been finished by the sprayers in the spray booth, by the painters. Now it went to the wash bay. This is where they wash it off and start sanding it with 2000 grit sanding paper, polish it nicely, and this is the effect you get when it's finished polishing. Solid.
Well, Ron here definitely has me thinking about career changing. Like, I may just get into this, who knows? But that is it for this week's episode of my.na Cars. Thank you so much, Ron, and your team for allowing us into your home and showing us all the ropes.
Anytime.
Awesome. Now, until next Thursday, you can catch my.na Cars, DStv channel 285, GOtv channel 25, at 9 p.m. on NTV, 7 p.m. on all of Namibia Media Holdings Facebook pages. From me, Diana Masa, your favorite passenger princess, it's all my love, all my light, and ciao.
Cheers.